All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Knowledge Drop. Today we're here with Randon Marango from Woodline Solutions.
Hello.
And he has been using something similar to the Jetboil. He's been using that's an MSR?
Correct, yeah, that's
Right,
it.
so you've been using an MSR out in the field for quite some time. Us working in this collaboration video, he kind of got me turned on to how essential this can be in the field, especially in cold temperatures, how awesome it is to feel the warmth of a nice meal when you wake up in the morning. So what we're doing now is I've got myself a standard Jetboil. He has an MSR, but we're going to just talk a little bit about the pros and cons, but also the benefits of having something to heat up some food, make some coffee. And as you can see here, I picked out something that I'm trying today from Peak Refuel. It's a biscuit, sausage, and gravy that we're going to try this morning. I picked this one because I thought that it'd be nice to carry a breakfast item, as I mentioned, to have that in the morning. When you wake up, first thing, everybody's freezing their ass off. Everybody's complaining it's a cold night. You whip up one of these, like a biscuits and gravy or their cowboy scrambles or whatever, and how awesome that sets you off for the day. So what I'm going to have you do is to just walk us through setting up your MSR, just the quick bullets and basics of setting that up.
It's incredibly simple. This kit, it came with a bowl/measuring cup.
Oh, that bagel.
It's got your lid. I got this from REI. This is a coffee filter because I'm big for coffee in the field. But yeah, it's got these, I guess you would say, these pronged legs that you just pull out like that, and yeah, you just put it on like that, fill it with water, you're good to go.
All right, so it's essentially a canteen cup, and the MSR seems like it's just a very straight throttle, like robust, where this has, on the Jetboil, it has those like jet turbine looking wings on it. So I'm going to open this up. And
the good thing about yours is it can boil water very quick.
Okay.
But I like soups, and if you're not watching, from my own experience, at least from when I first came in the Army, if you weren't watching that religiously, you could very easily burn things at the bottom of your Jetboil, and it was nasty and gross, and you couldn't use it anymore.
Yeah, so this is the fins or the ribbing that we talked, the heat coils in a way. That's what we're talking about, is that's what that has, and this is a big proponent of why it's a Jetboil. It's essentially using that to heat up around the cup and not just direct flame on the bottom, right? Okay, so right here, I think we both have canteen cups or some measuring. There's a measuring in here, ounces, an ounce cup. There's nothing else here. Nice lid, which both have, very comparable. So as we see here,
I just knocked mine over.
So that's the difference in a little bit. It's the same kind of starter that just has a little bit more of a finished product on top as far as the grate goes.
One of the other benefits of having one of these out in the field that people don't often think of is you are able to clean yourself with hot water.
Okay.
And shave.
Like trying not to do that with hot water and trying to do that with
so
whatever you're pouring out of your canteen. Or you're pulling out of your I've hung my bladder in a tree in freezing temperatures and had to shave. Now,
so
shame on those sergeant majors for making me shave in the field during those times. Those guys can eat a bag.
Yeah, full bag.
Yeah, it's a full bag. Don't shave in the field, especially when you have face paint on, right?
Oh my God.
So everybody has an igniter on there. There's a self-igniter in here in the Jetboil. Same kind of like wing out here to turn on the gas. So as he mentioned, like this goes in the bottom. There's little grooves that it attaches to, if I can find those. In here is a cool little thing as well. So I'm gonna lay this down here. It's to balance it out on. So if I go here like that, I can do that and put it on top. So we're going to start with this process.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like working on the grill, right? Like
pretty much.
In,
they were on
goes.
When I got those, they were on clearance.
You just put it down nice and finger tight, right? I shouldn't clear like a thing on the grill where it goes or anything.
Yeah.
So this snaps in just like that. So now that that's on,
there's nothing worse.
There's nothing else over here. So we can put this away.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing worse than having that knock over and spill.
And what this is asking for in the back of this Peak Fuel right now as we get started, it's asking for open pouch at the tear at the mark, remove oxygen absorber. Don't eat that unless you're some other people we know. Add 1 cup of 8-ounce boiling water. So guess what? I'm like, holy shit, right off the bat, what's 1 cup? Well, guess what? We have measurements on the side of all of our cups.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this.
I add 1 cup up to this line, and we're good to go and boil that.
Yeah. So this one goes up to 12 ounces. What is that? 360 mils. You know, for our European friends. I'm an idiot, so thanks to my love of coffee, I know that 8 ounces is 1 cup.
All right, so you got your matches. Yep, I forgot about you'll need matches. Mine has an igniter on it, so that's the kind of cool thing is mine has an igniter on it, and we'll show just like that, guys. So you guys won't be able to see it. Maybe put some behind there or something black. You might be able to see it. It's a pretty invisible flame, especially with what they're getting. So,
yeah, you'll hear it though. All right, certainly hear it.
Let's try mine, right?
Yep.
And it was, there's a positive and a negative symbol here. So obviously you're going to turn it left. You turn on. I don't know if I hear it. There we go. I heard the gas. There you go. Now we're going. Huge positive is that the Jetboil has a little starter in there. Now, I would also say that's a failure point, right?
Could be.
Which secondary is then you can use a lighter or a match regardless.
Yes.
But it's kind of nice to have its own igniter.
Oh, yeah.
But yours lit straight up with that. So what are you going to be doing today? I'm going to try to do the recipe for us because they ask us to pour it in the bag and let it sit for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
zip and pouch. So
I'm just, I just want to see how fast, you know,
it can boil.
Yeah, in comparison, I believe yours
Once
is
I get this in here, maybe we'll do a little time lapse, you know, we're over again. Going in. I just put it on there, and now you can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the mic. We're going full bore here. I'm gonna grab this before it gets hot, turn it around, and show everybody that Jetboil has these color indicators here to show when something's boiling or not, which is kind of cool. So I'm now turning it up. That's full bore right there, so we're flying. All right, so time lapse. We're boiling already.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. See, like yours just,
all right,
because it's so concentrated.
Yeah. All right, I don't know if you guys can see, but this was literally what, maybe a minute and 40 seconds.
I think so.
I'm gonna turn mine down. Mine is already boiling, whereas he's starting to get some small bubbles in there. This thing is bubbling up, and I can't see it right now, but I'm assuming the outside is red.
Oh yeah,
indicating.
I never knew they had that actually.
So it's a pretty cool thing. So mine is actually boiling. I'm gonna turn this down. So all right, so let's try this. Oh, there's actual biscuits in here. There's full biscuits in here.
You want to grab one and?
Yeah. I didn't know what I was expecting from here, but there's actual full biscuits in here.
That's incredible.
So you have the meat, and some other things in here. I'm gonna try to open this up so everybody can see.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna turn this back on. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now that it's boiling. This is hot water. And it was 1 cup.
Now with this piece, you typically have a prong that you have to grab. Mine has gone MIA in the field years ago, so I just have to let it cool down a little bit or use a glove.
All right, there's 1 cup of hot water.
Boom.
And it's going in. All right. Stay there. Just go back to my rook. Jetboil utensils. Extendable spoon. Right on my rock. And stir well zip pouch.
You sure?
Yep, we're good to go. All right, now that's sealed up, good to go. Sit and let stand for 10 minutes. I'm gonna mush it around a little bit. I just feel like that's something that's a little bit natural. The bag is not too hot to touch. It's nice and warm. Kind of like
one thing people should also be very conscious of is the temperature that it is outside.
Yeah, tell them
if we were to just leave that on the ground, it would lose heat very quick, and you'd have like a half-done meal, and that's just gross.
Cool.
One thing I would like to mention about the importance of carrying this, I know, and we both have experienced several times when units have failed us as far as
Food and
yeah,
providing
food.
food out there.
There was a time we were out in the field very recently. I told you about this when they ran out of food.
Defact undersupplied, or didn't supply at all, right?
Right. We ran out, and our first sergeant had to spend money out of his own pocket,
To go get extra
like
stuff.
several $100s. Right. But
I heard it was like $500 that first sergeant win.
it was.
Everybody.
Shout out to him for being great. But
You know who you are.
you do. But the point that I made even then, thank you, was, and I said this, the company ran out of food. I didn't.
Because you brought your stuff.
Right.
You had your Jetboil.
Well, I usually get
that. This thing is, so that goes into the pros and cons, actually. It's funny enough as you bring that up, is this thing is a morale booster.
It really is.
And we know how important that is, being out in the field and being miserable, being wet, being snow.
Coffee.
Yeah.
That's classic MRE coffee right there.
Dude, okay. It's shitty coffee, but having that in the morning, that's a pro. That's 100% a pro, having hot coffee in the morning when you're sitting out in your ORP or you're sitting out in your patrol base, whatever you can do. That's awesome. So that leads right into our pros is this is a morale booster 100%, because not only can you share with a buddy and just a couple ounces of coffee, warms up your chest, warms up your diaphragm, and also it's a huge mental boost, yeah?
Oh my God, yeah, 100%. I mean, whether it's shitty or not, people really underestimate the power that this MRE packet has. And this holds so much of that morale boost between the sugar, the coffee, and all that.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
no, the importance of these, I can't stress enough. And I think you are extremely right in saying, like, first thing in the morning. As you know, people have given us,
My God.
they've given us, some shit about, oh, you carry so much, this, that, and the other. But at what point does the weight equal comfort or just sustainability,
I just opened this while you're talking. Look at that.
I saw that. That looks
I'm going to turn this over.
looks like Bob Evans.
Drink your coffee out of that, and we'll dump it out in there so we're not just scooping from the bag so they can
Right.
see it. Yeah.
You can kill that if you'd like.
All right, you're going to have a little coffee, or you can wash it out.
See, and
Right.
remember what we said?
Right here, I'm going to try to zoom in for a second.
Hot water.
This mixed up so nice, it actually turned into a gravy. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be water.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Ready?
Peak Fuel, I gotta say, this is impressive. And I've had a lot of these in my time. I don't think I've ever tried your
We
product.
don't name those other brands, or we don't talk about them.
No.
But this is definitely not an MRE.
No.
All right, here. Could
Could you imagine this as an MRE? Thank you.
Yeah. What? They have that, the Arctic winter ones, or like, I don't know. Why are MREs so... Guess, well, budget cuts.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try this out. It's going to be off camera. You can hear us chewing.
ASMR. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
Dude. Like,
For all of our Appalachian fans here,
you can tailor it to, like, our biscuits are hard. I'm getting a crunch.
Mhm.
Some people like that. Some people like a soft biscuit. But regardless, this is warm food. I can see the steam coming off of it. The taste is amazing. And for the calories that you're going to be getting out of this, for the morale, man, there were times when I would just be like, I just want a bite of warm food. And this could have just saved my mental strain, my mental capacity for that mission, for that time out, just to have a couple warm bites. So thumbs up to Peak Fuel. They did not sponsor this. We got this out of our own pocket, our own dime. I wanted to try it. We had a good day to come out and get a workout in a ruck, so we thought we would do this mid-ruck. Also, A+ to Jetboil. Two awesome things that I recommend in my ruck. Randon, any final words?
No, I just, to any new guys that are watching Violence Through Silence channel, I cannot express how important this can be for you. Not only as an individual soldier, but, like you said, you're sitting there with a buddy, or you have someone that you're suffering with, if you guys can just, to take a bite of a hot meal, and especially while everyone else is suffering, it's a morale booster.
Yep.
I've done it many a time in my little poncho hooch. It's just, it's great. This is, for all the young guys, invest in this early. Invest in yourself, invest in your gear. Because if you plan to make it a long career, you're going to want stuff that lasts.
And one last thing is, speaking investing in gear, where can they find you?
I'm glad you said that. You can, if you want some good quality gear, you can find me at Woodline Solutions. So come check me out, guys. I'll see you in the Woodline.
Catch you later.